advance onto the next round, and they'll be hoping they can pick up a win. But Spot Valley will be trying to stop them, and of course they will play good and exceptional football.
Hello and good day to all our viewers. I am Cody Ann Jackson, and with me today is Gerard Morrisili.
Hi Cody Ann, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm great. I am happy to be here at William Knibb, the high school, former high school of our sprinting legend. Usain Bolt, 100-meter sprinting legend, yeah, of course. But football is on the cards today. We're here for another day, second day in a row in Trelawney, and I can't wait to see the action here in the remaining fixtures of Zone A.
Yes, I'm indeed, anticipating an exciting and competitive day. Now let's talk about Irwin High. Back in 2019, they didn't matriculate out of their group, and now they're back and stronger than ever with 9 points and 4th place position on the table. They have the potential to move up on the table and possibly advance in the competition. And I'm pretty sure the top 3 teams on the table, Gerard, they'll be watching this match closely, hoping that it ends in a draw or possibly that Spot Valley wins.
Yeah, that's why, of course, Irwin High, they have that chance to advance. But of course, between them is Spot Valley, and another team that they will play later on. But Spot Valley, they will have to get over them first. Spot Valley is a team that hasn't been playing their best football for the season, but they have some history. They're still relatively young in the tournament, over just for about 15 years they've been playing. And of course, they have a chance to, close out this zone in a good fixture.
I'm looking forward to see Spot Valley High play their hearts out today. Right now, we're going to take a look at what happened yesterday on the field here at William Knibb in Zone A from our commentary team, Ricardo Chambers and Chris Taylor.
Thank you very much. 2 matches yesterday. The first of them, Cornwall College versus Herbert Morrison, and this was the goal that decided it, Chris.
Yeah, excellent strike in the end by Davian McLean with the right boot, outside of the right boot into the far corner. And it was really all kind of defensive confusion. But it was that man on the right hand side, Devin Johnson, really creating a lot of problems for the Herbert Morrison defense. There you see him in the number 7. Great pace and a good cut back here as well. Not the best defending by Reed, and a good finish for McLean, his 2nd of the season.
A very important win for the Cornwall College team, and then the second game, the unbeaten William Knibb against Holland High, and this one did not go the way that many expected it to, because that was a super save, by the way, because William Knibb expected to win this, but it didn't turn out that way.
No, and this was a moment where Holland would go down to 10 men. You just thought at this point that William Knibb would take over proceedings. It wasn't to be. The only game this season that they didn't score, and that the goal that won it for Holland came in the 43rd minute from Jaheim Sanka, and just before that, goalkeeper Hall had gotten an injury and was afraid to go down. That snuck under him, and that turned out to be the deciding moment.
And of course, that defeat for William Knibb has really opened the door for Irwin to have a chance to go through, because they can get to 15 points if they win today, and of course if they go on and beat William Knibb in their last game.
William Knibb there losing. We had a lot of good football yesterday in Zone A. William Knibb, they lost to Holland, who went down to 10 men in the middle of the game, well, in the first half, and that really didn't do anything to them for really. But of course, Zone A yesterday had good fixtures. Today we're hoping for more of the same, and Spot Valley Irwin up first, and they will set the tone.
Indeed, congratulations to Holland High. Right now, we're going to take a look at the team feature of Irwin High.
Well, this team is different because they are coming from U14, where it is a building process, and for the restriction of the COVID, it's lacking a little bit. But these guys have been together; they know each other, and it's just to get them back focused.
I'm like a father figure to these boys, and even though being a father figure, I am like their big friend. And they know that I'm their #1 supporter, and I look forward to seeing them play. I am at most of their training sessions, and I'm here with them generally, and I listen to them. Some of them, they have some little difficulties. We try to work with them. We try to get persons to come in and and have talk with them. And we have seen where a number of them have been transformed. Yes, they have been improving in where the playing of the game is concerned, but most importantly, we are seeing where the discipline among the boys have improved significantly.
I've learned that it's a very competitive competition, and as a unit, if we don't play as a unit, we won't get very far in the competition. So we just need to get our focus together, play as a unit, play as a team, and try to beat any opponent that comes up against us.
For my team to progress, it takes a lot of hard work, dedication. Everyone will have to put their hands together, minds and hearts, for the team to move on.
Just to say to them that they have to go out there and do their best. That's all we expect from them. If they win by doing their best, we will be happy, we'll be elated. But as long as they go out there, represent Irwin and represent Irwin to their best and showcase what this institution is all about, that's what I'll be happy for.
Yeah, that was that was Irwin High School there. I wanted to comment on the principal.
Yeah.
Principal Newsom, of course, he is playing a big role in Irwin High School. Of course, he said in the feature that he's their biggest supporter, and without a doubt he is. He say that he looks at them as his children, and of course that's the mindset of all principals. But of course, specifically, Principal Newsom has been doing a pretty good job with these boys at Irwin High School.
That's right, and I heard their coach say they have discipline, and that's what they need to win on the field today, right? We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be bringing you more live football action.
SportsMax 2, Barcelona taking on Real Betis in the La Liga. Saturday, 10:15 a.m., 11:15 ECT. That's not all though. We have Real Sociedad taking on Real Madrid, who are at the top of the table. And of course, that game would be at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT.
Now, Gerard, we're here at William Knibb for the remaining of Zone A fixtures, and we're going to see, later on, we're going to see Maldon go up against St. James High. Can't wait to see how that will go.
Yeah, but right now we're going to be looking at Irwin High versus Spot Valley. And let's see how Irwin High have performed so far in this season. Yeah, so they have a 2-1 loss against Cornwall College, and then 1-0 against Herbert Morrison. Another loss. They won 3-2 against Holland and 3-0 against Maldon. And then their last game they played against St. James High and won that game 3-0. Let's look at Spot Valley right now. Spot Valley started off with a loss against William Knibb. 4-0 was that scoreline, and then they drew against St. James High 1-1, and then they gave Maldon a 2-0 whipping, and Herbert Morrison then returned the favor to them, giving them a 5-1 defeat, and Cornwall College following that up with a 2-0 defeat. So these are the results and fixtures for Zone A this week. Yesterday we had 2 games. Cornwall College coming out 1-0 winners against Herbert Morrison in Derby Day, and Holland High winning 1-0 against William Knibb. Today we see Irwin High taking on Spot Valley High in a manner of moments, and of course St. James High versus Maldon High. That will be later on today at 3 p.m. So this is how Group A, Zone A stands. William Knibb, Cornwall College and Herbert Morrison 1, 2 and 3. William Knibb there had a perfect start to the zone up until yesterday. They lost and they're on 15 points. Cornwall College on 13 and Herbert Morrison on 12. Irwin and Spot Valley, they are 4th and 7th, 9 and 4 respectively. Holland, St. James and Maldon take it, well, they really round out the zone.
Now we're going to look at some school facts for Irwin High. They were founded in 2004, only 17 years ago. They proudly wear the colors lavender and white. Their population is 1,300 students, and they have no Dacosta Cup titles currently. Their motto says, strive for excellence, never yielding. Gerard spoke to their coach earlier on, so let's hear what he had to say.
Coach, this is one of the final 2 games that you have for this season. What do you need to do in order to secure that 15 points with a chance to go through to the next round?
And first and foremost is to win. This is an opportunity for the boys for the first time to enter the second round, and it's just for them to just keep the focus. So go on and win this game today. It's little uphill task, but I think my boys are prepared to really go out there and fight today for this.
Are the team in good spirits and ready and raring to go?
Yes, they are in good spirits and ready to go. You know, they are so excited from that result yesterday. So it's just for them to come out and display their talent and go on to win this game.
What do you think need to be your strengths in this game to win?
Well, our strength have to be in this game is basically to attack, to get the people in front runners them up there to get the goals, because we do need goals to advance to the next round, and first and foremost just to win by some amount of goals, and we just have to fight and try and get them today.
What do you know about your opponent so far?
Well, Spot Valley is a decent team. They probably started out on a rough patch like me, so there's nothing to be taken as granted. They are here to play just the same like my team, so we just have to put our best foot forward and just try to win this game today.
Let's see who's the Digicel player to watch for Irwin High. His name is Tavin Leslie. He'll be wearing the number 7, 18 years old, has 4 goals so far in this season. This is going to be his 5th game of the season. He has 2 thus far. This is his first season with Irwin High. He played at St. James High last season, of course. And he has 4 subjects in CSEC.
Now let's look at some school facts for Spot Valley High. They were founded in 2005, 16 years ago. They proudly wear the colors burgundy and pink. Their population is 1,085 students. They have no DaCosta Cup titles, and their motto says, educate, empower, excel. Gerard spoke to Coach Salesman earlier on, so let's hear what he had to say.
Coach, although your team will not be able to qualify for the next round, do you still see this game as important?
Well, it's important in the development of the youngsters. We have a fairly young team. I think next year we'll be losing about 2 of the boys. So we're looking forward. As a matter of fact, the under-16 competition will be held in the Easter term, and even my centre half, who is just 15 years old, will be a member of that team. So we're looking forward to the future. It's an unfamiliar position for us, and like Irwin, we are generally playing to qualify, but this year we are just playing for pride, and we are going to perform today.
What is going to be the approach for this game?
Well, the approach is an all-out attack, based on how the team has been set up. We'll be using a 4-3-3 formation. So we're going to attack Irwin early. One of the things what we have observed with these schoolboy teams is that if you attack them early and you score, they sort of get nervous and it throw their game half. So what we're going to do is attack early, try to get some early goals, and see where we take it from there.
Now, with your 2 players leaving, are you going to start them just to give them a good send-off? Or are you looking forward to bringing new players inside the 11?
Well, funny enough, the squad is so limited that they have to start. As a matter of fact, one of them has been carded out today. He's our mainstay in the middle. A bit of headache for us, but we have been prepping the other players because we know that a situation like this would have occurred. So it's just for the other players to just step up and do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, so this is the player to watch. His name is Nathaniel Wilson. He'll be wearing the number 10 jersey. The midfielder, of course, has 7 career goals in schoolboy football. Of course, this season he's played 5 games. This will be his 6th, and he had 4 seasons thus far. And he'll be hoping that he can be the architect in this team.
Wow, that was a lot of information right there. Right now we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, you'll be hearing from our commentary team, Ricardo Chambers and Chris Taylor.
second consecutive day, we are in the parish of Trelawney. Another doubleheader on tap. And today we start with Irwin and Spot Valley. We are at the William Knibb Memorial High School, to be specific. It's 29 degrees Celsius. We had rain earlier, and it has left areas of the field looking like that. But it looks as if we will still get a prompt start. The experienced referee Veralton Nemhard has officiated in several Da Costa Cup finals in his career, and certainly nothing close, this one, to the biggest game he would have handled as the teams get ready for battle. Ricardo Chambers alongside Chris Taylor for this one.
Yeah, Ricardo, great to be here as we take a look at the officials. Certainly pondering conditions here, far from ideal, especially towards the western side of the field, right in front of the goal. It will be very difficult for the goalkeepers from that. It's not a clear opportunity for the ball to move easily, but as you said, big match here, important match for Irwin as we see the wet conditions. And as I said, referees did take the ball towards that area and test it, unable to roll in that area, very static, almost swamp-like. And it will be interesting, but it's a big match for Irwin if they have, you know, if they are motivated to move forward and come out of this zone. Currently sit on 9 points, an opportunity to get to 12 and 15 because they have 2 matches to play and put pressure on the likes of William Knibb and Cornwall.
Yeah, well, the teams were lining up to make their way onto the park, but it looks as if we will have a delay because it seems as if the officials not quite pleased with a few areas on the park, especially in front of goal, as you pointed out, to the western end of the park. And that's going to hold us up for a while, I think.
And rightfully so, in my opinion. You could almost see when the ball was thrown, it just stopped. And footing must be a big issue for the goalkeepers at that end. The question is, if you leave it to just the sun, we might be here until the evening.
We'll definitely be here for a while if you leave it to just the sun. But we will take a break here on your home of champions as we get ready for ISSA Da Costa Cup action from William Knibb High School. It's going to be Irwin versus Spot Valley. When we come back, we should have the start of that one.